Hello and welcome to my channel. This is going to be a slightly different type of video where I want to talk about motivation, why I draw and what keeps me drawing. I know there are some of you out there who've probably asked themselves the same questions, so you may be able to relate to this. There are a lot of online artists who probably wonder about these same things, and I'm just going to play a time lapse of my drawing of Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow while I talk. So this is going to be more like an art talk type of video, except that I'm not going to show my face. I've actually thought about this a lot. People sometimes do things without asking themselves why they do things they do, and like I said, this is something I wanted to understand a little bit better about myself, because I've been drawing with great tenacity for the last 7 or 8 years, maybe more, whenever my time allowed it. And I often ask myself why I do what I do, and why do I invest so much time and energy into it. Actually, I've managed to identify 3 reasons for it, and I'm going to talk about them a little bit. Some of them are more important than others. I'm going to start with the least important one, and I'm going to go to the most important one. So the first reason is approval and validation. So for example, likes on social media, comments on social media, the praise you get when you post your artwork and things like that. This was particularly important for me when I was just starting out years ago, when I started posting my artwork on social media, and that kind of helped me get that career going a little bit. It gave me some initial motivation, but I don't think this is a huge factor for me, because even though I do like when people say nice things about my artwork, that's not really the most important motive for me, because when I think about it, when I was a kid, I had a lot of hobbies. I would always have some kind of a hobby, and I invested a lot of time into and creativity into doing things that people never knew about. I never got to show the results of that work to anybody, and I still kept at it. So I have to assume that external validation is not particularly important for me. The second reason is money, because this became like another source of income for me. Now, I'm not going to be I have to be honest with you, you can't really earn that much money from drawing. Some people do better than others, but it's not really a great career. It's more like a hobby, which gives you an opportunity to earn a little bit of money on the side. That's the way it is for most people. Like I said, I know there are exceptions, but chances are you're not one of those exceptions if you're listening to this. But still, it piles up, it helps a lot. The money I've earned eventually helped me buy a house and renovate it and support my family. So it helps. Money, being able to earn some more from just drawing, doing something you like, is another source of motivation for me. But I don't think that's the most important one either. That alone wouldn't do it for me, even though I think it's definitely more important than validation, because likes and comments on Instagram and Facebook and here on YouTube, even though they are nice, earning money is of course better. But like I said, that alone probably wouldn't do it. The third reason, which can be perhaps a little bit difficult to explain to some people, especially if they are not artists or if they don't have a hobby. The third reason is that I just feel like I have to do it. I've always had a hobby. I've already mentioned that. I've always had a hobby, even when I was a kid, and it was always difficult for me to imagine my life without having some kind of a project, some kind of a hobby. Now, obviously, during my life, my interests and these hobbies and projects changed, but I would always have these periods when I would focus on something and put a lot of effort and work on it almost obsessively. So I don't know if it's my way of dealing with some psychological issues or kind of trying to self-heal or whatever. I'm not a psychologist, and I don't really want to get into it, and I don't really care, to be honest, because I know that's just the way I am, and I know that I feel better, both physically and psychologically, when I have a hobby, when I have something to work on. And it doesn't just have to be drawing. Sometimes I can do stuff around the house and do stuff with my family and stuff like that. But the point is that I've always had to have that hobby, and even though nobody knew about it, even though nobody gave me any money or praise for it, I would still find some kind of pleasure and satisfaction and contentment in doing what I do. And drawing just happens to be what I like the most, and what I'm probably gonna keep doing. So those were my reasons why I draw. Like I said, and this is something that I've actually managed to understand and identify years ago, because when I started posting my artwork online, and when I started drawing more regularly and even earning some money from it, I started asking myself, why am I so committed to this? So I eventually came up with an answer, and I hope that you're happy with an answer. And like I said, some of you may be able to relate to this, but this is the best explanation that I could come up with. Anyway, I hope you like this video. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your reasons are in the comments, if you will. I know that not that many people will see this video. I don't have a huge channel with a lot of views, but there are people who appreciate what I do. As always, if you like my content, don't forget to subscribe and give me a like, and check out my other videos because I have lots of stuff. There's also a narrated version of this time lapse of this drawing of Johnny Depp. If you want to check that out, I'm going to put that in the description. And if you want to see longer videos, you can also check out my Patreon. So there's that. I'm going to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and bye for now.